Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Allison, and today I will discuss a topic on you guys. This is about the influence of development and social cultural dimension of learning. So without further ado, let's get into it. Here is our table of content. Parental involvement, parenting style and child rearing, provisions for specific experiences at home, peer influence, teachers, and lastly, I will share my reflection on this topic. So, guys, I've researched about the different influences of development and socio-cultural dimensions of learning. First, we have the parental involvement. According to studies, students typically perform better academically and exhibit more positive attitude towards learning when their parents are actively involved in their education. This includes helping with homework, attending school functions, and interacting with teachers. Epstein framework for parental involvement states that cooperation between home and the school helps students develop a sense of accountability, drive, and self-assurance. Additionally, regular parental supports improve students' social skills and sense of self, which results in better classroom behavior and peer relationships. So, for you guys to understand what this is all about, let me give you an example. So, for example, a mother regularly checks her child's homework and reads together for 20 minutes each night. She also communicates with the teacher about the child's progress. As a result, the child becomes more confident in reading and shows better comprehension in skills class, which means that the mother's effort give the child an assurance and confidence. That's why parental involvement is important according to studies. For the next one, guys, we have the parenting style and child rearing. So, according to Diana Bermond, she identified four parenting styles: permissive, authoritarian, authoritative, and neglectful. These styles have a significant impact on a child's personality and learning behavior. Now let us tackle what this parenting style is all about. First, on the permissive parenting, this is a warm type and nurturing style marked by a low demands and minimal discipline, often leading to children who feel loved but may struggle with boundaries and self-regulation. So, for example, a mother tells her son that he must finish his homework before playing online games. When he explains that he needs a short break after school, she agrees to let him rest for 30 minutes before studying. As a result, the child learns self discipline, responsibility, and good decision making. Because the parent is both caring and consistent, so basically, this style combines warmth, responsiveness, and firm but reasonable rules. Parents guide their children with clear expectation while also respecting their opinions. Next parenting style is authoritarian. This is a strict, high control style that emphasizes obedience and discipline over emotional connection and autonomy. It can lead to short term compliance but often hinders long term emotional and social development. So, for example, a father forbids his daughter from going out with friends until her grades improve but does not explain why or offer help with studying. As a result, the child may follow rules out of fear but might also become anxious, withdrawn, or rebellious because she isn't given emotional support or understanding. Another parenting style is authoritative parenting, widely considered the most effective style for raising confident, responsible, and emotionally resilient children. It blends warmth and structure, encouraging independence while maintaining clear boundaries. So, for example, a parent let Their 10-year-olds stay up late watching videos on a school night because they don't want to upset the child. As a result, the child may feel loved but can struggle with self control, time management, and respect for rules. These permissive parents are very loving but set few rules or boundaries. They often allow children to make their own choices without much guidance. For the last parenting style, we have the neglectful parenting. Also called uninvolved parenting, is marked by low responsiveness and low demands. It's the most detrimental style for child's development, often leading for emotional, social, and academic struggles. So, for example, a parent rarely asks about school, doesn't attend meetings, and let the child do whatever they want without guidance or attention. As a result, the child may feel lonely, unmotivated, or develop behavioral problems due to a lack of emotional support and structure. Basically, this style shows low level of warmth and control. Parents may provide basic needs, but they are rarely emotional detached or involved in their child's life. Cultural values are often reflected in child's rearing practices. Individualist cultures promote independence and self expression, with collectivist societies frequently place an emphasis on respect, obedience, and interdependence. Next one, guys, let us tackle these provisions for specific experiences at home. A child's first learning context in their home environment. Intellectual development is substantially improved by having access to books, educational toys, technology, and chances for discussion and discovery. The quality of these experiences is frequently influenced by socioeconomic status. Wealthier families are able to offer more varied and richer educational resources. Nonetheless, play, storytelling, and fostering curiosity can help to create an engaging atmosphere even in less wealthy homes. A positive attitude toward formal education is fostered, and foundational skills are developed through early exposure to literacy and numeracy activities at home. So, for example, a family that cannot afford expensive educational toys uses storytelling and cooking activities to teach their child. While baking, the child learns about measurements and counting. This is small but meaningful experience helps develop cognitive and problem solving for kids. Another influence is peer influence. A child's development is greatly influenced by their peers, particularly in middle school and adolescence. Collaboration, emotional control, and social competence are all enhanced by healthy peer relationships. When students are surrounded by like minded peers, peer groups can inspire them to do better academically and engage more fully in class. However, learning and development can be hampered by harmful peer pressure, such as engaging in risky behavior or losing interest in school. Parents and teachers are essential in helping kids select peers who support their academic and motivation and positive values. So, in simple term, peer influence means the effect that friends or classmates have on a person's behavior, choices, and attitude. When people, especially students like us, spend time with our peers, we often start to think or speak like them. This can be positive or negative depending on the kind of influence those peers bring to us. So, for an example, If our friends study hard and follow school rules, we might be encouraged to do the same. That's a positive peer influence. But if we choose a friend group which skip classes or break rules in school, we might be tempted to do it too, like them. That's a negative peer influence. So, in short, peer influence is how friends and classmates affect the way we think, we feel, and we behave. Lastly, on the influences is teachers. In addition to imparting knowledge, teachers also act as mentors, role models, and socializers. Students' learning outcomes and self concept are significantly impacted by their expectations, instructional methods, and emotional support. Teaching that is cultural sensitive promotes inclusivity and increases student engagement by recognizing and appreciating the backgrounds of its students. Vygotsky's sociocultural theory states that teachers help students progress from what they can accomplish on their own to what they can accomplish with assistance by facilitating learning through social interaction and scaffolding. As a result, a teacher's compassion, equity, and support promote both academic achievement and overall growth for the learners. So, for example, a teacher noticed a shy student who rarely participates in her class. She assigns small group tasks and encourages the student to share ideas in a supportive setting. Over time, the student becomes more engaged and confident in class discussions. This shows how teachers' empathy and encouragement foster growth and belonging to his or her learners. Now that I've done discussing the different influences of development and socio-cultural dimensions of learning, I will show you guys what I reflect on this topic. So what I reflect is that the interdependence of the home, school, and community in influencing a child's development is highlighted by an understanding of the social cultural aspects of learning. Relationships, the environment, and common cultural practices all support development. It doesn't happen in a vacuum. Recognizing these influences serves as a reminder to us as aspiring teachers to approach teaching holistically, respecting diversity, forming close relationships with families, and designing learning environments that are sensitive to the individual circumstances of each of our future students. Every child receives the support they acquire to realize their full potential, not just academically, but also emotionally and socially. When parents, peers, and teachers collaborate well. So that's all, guys. I hope that you learned something from this video. See you on the next video on my channel. Thank you.